Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in. Check out your boy, P-Funk. Thinking right out here in the lab. I'm just gonna have some fun. I'm gonna do a lesson. It will start out one way and it went a whole nother way. But I hope this way is good. Let's go. Rightism, just a little tease for you right there. All right, let's go. Rightism, 25-year-old led by storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in my stories for life. I give life lessons. Here's another one. You tune in to receive them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission, and I'm on it, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinker's way of life through mental and spiritual discipline, practice daily, will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to, know thyself. You see where we're going with this? Let's get it together. So I ask the question, do you know you? You will when I'm through. Yeah, that's what I do. It's rhetorical, but if you had to answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. I appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm a spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. Yeah, that's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself and two, might not be true. Right thinkers, just life lessons. I had a situation where I want to just tell somebody something. So I said, put it to a lesson. Right thinkers, let's talk about mastering the art of knowing when to shut the funk up. It was going to be with the C, but I thought that was a little too vulgar. And at that time, that's how I felt. So I was about to just get in there. I said, no, I don't want to spend the whole time cussing. So I took out the C, put in the N. Let's talk about funk. Those who know. So let's go. This is going to be fun. That's what I'm saying. That's going to go one way. Now I'm going to have more fun with it than another way. I'm just going to just go in. So hopefully lesson get learned. It's a lesson here. Trust me. All right. But let's talk about if more of us would learn and master the art of what? Shut the funk up. And I say the funk with emphasis. What happened? We would have a lot less fights. That's right. A lot of our problems start with what? Not knowing when to shut the funk up. See where I'm going with this? You see it? Where I was, the attitude, so I'm calm down a little bit so I can put it in some kind of context where it won't be vulgar, but it's still a lesson. I'm going to still make my point. You know who I'm talking to. If you think I'm talking to you, I am. When two ignorant people, and I see it over and over again, I'm just watching, observing. When two ignorant people get to doing ignorant stuff, what's going to happen? Neither one of them know the art of what? Shut the funk up, and it ends up into a what? A fight. Yeah, that's what happens. That's what happens. In the philosophy, to avoid that, for me, my pastor told me, Brother Wright, I said, I ain't know when to shut the funk up either. So my pastor said, Brother Wright, you don't want to get in the mud with the pig and claim not to be a pig. Okay, from that perspective, it made sense. Okay, I adopt that. I like that. Okay, when you give me something that makes sense and I can't argue, you gotta respect it. Sometimes I use it. Why? If it's working, I'll take anything that works. I tell you, I steal anything that's good. I'm taking it. Why? I can use good stuff. I ain't taking your nasty, dumb stuff. You can keep that. I didn't get that to my kids. Moving on. What you got that's bad, keep it to yourself. Moving on. But, okay, and remember, being the master of funk, a.k.a. P-Funk, I know funk. Just emphasize. But I look at it as a way of life. Before I became anything, I was funky. Why? Because it gave me definition for myself. Pure real. Oh, I like that. So whatever ventures I was in, it gave me my identity, okay, so to speak. So I've always been funky. What? Real. Okay, that's my definition. When I got in college, I explained to one of my professors, Mr. Intellectual, okay, why you call yourself P-Funk? Broke it down. At the end of the year, when I got my B in his class, okay, Mr. Funk. So yeah, when you do something, they gotta respect it. That's all I'm saying. Nothing more, nothing less. Whatever you think, whatever you feel, just show them. You know, you're not telling them, but show them. But I know funk is a way of life, keeping it real, and that's always been. So I know when to shut the funk up. Do you? How many times you done gotten in a situation because you didn't know when to shut the funk up? How many situations you're able to avoid because you know when to shut the funk up? It go both ways. Okay, segue. Funk can be good or bad. Again, it depends on how I choose to use it or not. Why? Because funk is actually my hidden powers to me being who I am. And just like the Force, I have funk with me. I believed in the funk. I was indoctrinated 50 years ago. Okay, when it wasn't fashionable. No, I had a whole different concept, trust me. All right, but when I'm able to grasp something, understand something, I'm going to implement it. I'm going to use it. That's my point. I've been using funk to get me through. Now I got my Egyptian stuff. That's just more stuff. I ain't going to stop being funky. No, that ain't happening. I ain't going to stop being hood. No, that ain't going to happen either. I ain't gonna stop being me. That'll never happen. That's what funk is. I'm gonna always be funky. That's me. Alright, understand. It's identity. Like your ear. Like the ego. My ego is my funk. I know that. But now, when you can't control what come out of someone else's pie hole, but you control what come out of yours. That's all you got to worry about. What somebody else say, you got to know when and when not to say it. That's the difference. So funk, again, is real, but words have power. Okay, you'd be surprised. And words spell. We are anxious to turn that, but y'all don't give a crap. Y'all still say the bad stuff. You still do everything that you claim to know about. Yeah, I heard about that, but yeah, you still do it. Okay, positive thinking. Everybody say it. Everybody don't do it. I ain't ever tore myself down. I was in the worst of the situation. I still was proud of me. How about that? Stand tall. That's what funk did for me. It kept me, okay, cheesy. I wasn't giving. I wouldn't know. Even when I'm wrong, I'm still going to stand. I was defiant. Okay, but that's what kept me going. Again, that's that dog in you. But funk, words have power. Why? Knowing when not to use them or when to use them to hurt people. A lot of people hurt people with hurt people. When somebody hurt your feelings, you want to hurt their feelings with words. Some of us take it to the next level, and that's the violence. Yeah, they know when to shut the F up. That's what happens. Know when to use it, know when to roll them, know when to fold them, know when to shut the F up, okay? Funk is peace within oneself. I teach my, that's Hotep. I've always had peace. Like I said, at the worst time, I'm still at peace. I'm in solitary confinement. Peace is all can be. Why? I ain't got nothing else. I learned to realize and understand that and roll with the flow. The days didn't seem so long. Nights didn't seem so long. Why? I'm just going with the flow. When you try to expect, anticipate, that's bad. And my teacher said 100 years to one person can be like 10 years to somebody else. And if you think about it, wow. Yeah, so get the concept, but you bring on that on yourself. You can make it fun. You can make it miserable. Your choice. Again, that's back to my girl. But funk before I got enlightened was my way, okay, within myself. And I'm the master of what? Funk. I'm purified, what? Within myself. I know myself. I'm doing the best for me first. Before I started coming, I was working on me. That was a 20-year project. Moving on. So funk was my Maya before I got my self-knowledge. Okay, before I went to Egypt, I was funky. I went to Egypt, I was throwing the funk. I'm funk. I come back, I'm pyramided. I like that. But I made my decision. All right, I made it with George. If you know me, I don't give a damn about no other artist. I don't give a damn about no other group. If it ain't funk, I don't want it. Simple as that. When I give a party, If you ever been invited to a P-Funk party, understand it's a P-Funk party. Yeah, I never had a P. No, because I'm gonna give a P-Funk party, and I need a DJ who can just do what? Play P-Funk the whole night. I don't give a damn. So, excuse me, that's just one of my fantasies. All right, but here you go. But before I became knowledgeable itself, I always had something to motivate me, to drive me. That was funk. And once I became enlightened, I know things now. Okay, I know things. And what? I knew funk was real. Why? Because I used it, I lived it, and I survived off it. Crazy house, prison, hood. Funk was with me all the time. Okay, they played One Nation Under the Groove for me. They want to calm me down in the crazy house. Play that music for him. Play that music for him. No, just play the music. I get right on down. I just heard the record. I pledge groove allegiance to the funk. Oh yeah. I signed up a long time ago. I just saw a guy. Wait a minute. Now, I can't complain. If George Clinton shot somebody right in front of me, and the cops come out and say, "Who that?" I don't know. I ain't seen nothing. I just saw a guy say, Donald Trump can shoot somebody on Park Avenue and he'll still roll with him. Okay, I'm with that guy. I just ain't with Trump, but that's how I feel about George. That's how I feel about the funk. So I understand somebody's that far gone. My lady said, I'm about to question what's your limit. Now I know you have none. You just proved to me you have none. And with George, I have none. Understand that. And with my right thing philosophy, again, there is none. So that's just me. I had to get that out. It was funny. But yeah, I know how people feel about it. Trust me. I had one, the Idols. They can't do no wrong. That guy couldn't do no wrong until I opened my eyes and, oh, wait a minute, man. Everything he been doing is wrong. All right, where we at? All right, where we over at there now? I know fun. But Christians, y'all got Jesus. Muslims, y'all got Allah. Jews, y'all got Jehovah, Yahweh. I got George. Again, ain't no shame in my game. I let you know who I feel when I stand. I hated the idea about masonry. We used to have elections. Just raise your damn hand. Just put your hand up. Who you like? Him. I'm with him. You with him? No. You like him? No. I'm with him. But you have to write it down so they look sneaky. I hate that's the one. That part I never liked that. Excuse me. But that's just the part I didn't like. But when I'm being disrespected back in the day by a friend, okay, a loved one, I know when to shut the funk up. Because what I'm saying, again, you ain't got nothing nice to say nothing. That's knowing when to shut the funk up. Because if I were to come out my face, it might not be good. So shut the funk up. I can't funk with me. Trust me. No, I ain't going there. Don't you know that? There's TMI. Now, I learned to keep my peace by what? Shutting the funk up and staying funky, keeping it real, no matter what the situation. Shutting the funk up. That's why. But I wasn't going to do it. I got to do it. When I went to the mental institution, they gave me the truth serum. I laid out my operation. I told them everything. They said I would suffer from delusions of grandeur. Thank you. Okay? But they had no idea. And I'm saying, why would you give somebody something and then when they tell you what it'll do, you don't believe? I didn't have a problem with that, but that's what happened. I said, I'm telling them. I said, dude, I'm telling that. Tell them. Like I wasn't going to tell you that story. Some said, tell them. So sometimes that other part can override your senses to shut the funk up. But no, that was a quick lesson in life. But again, where we at? And I was funky then. Okay, in Crazy House, I was still funky. All right, I learned that. Okay, but when someone else gets wrong with me, I had to get better at that. Now, I used to get wrong back. Like I said, I ain't got a problem getting in the mud with the pit. I can get just as dirty as anybody else. I'm from the project, nigga. I get down and dirty. That's where I come from. But that changed that philosophy. I had to let him go, so I had to shut the fuck up and let it be. I just didn't brush myself off. I'm still learning that one, okay? I'm still in process with that one. That don't set well with me, that's all. See where I wear my hat. All right. Knowing when and how to shut the funk up keeps me out of a lot of drama. I don't like drama. So I avoid it at all costs. That's how you avoid it. Some of us just can't. Some of us just can't. Just won't close the pie hole. They're going to spew out what they feel, what they think, even if it's wrong. And it is, at a certain point, that ain't even needed. But if you do, now you got to do what? Come around and, I apologize. I don't apologize. Moving on. I'm not Bigfoot. My man saw him, but I apologize. No, I ain't him. If you have a problem with me, oh, we can handle it. Man to man, mano to mano, in one of two ways, okay? You can shut the funk up or get the funk out my face. Your choice. But we ain't got no problem. Well, I take care of problems. That's how I'm going to handle the problem. Excuse me. Sorry about that. A little person. Get out of there. Knowing when to shut the funk up is a art form. And when you master it right, thinkers, how? By practicing every day. Why? You're going to be confronted with it every day. Like the devil. You think if God is with you all the time, that thing y'all call the devil, I tell you, we got two appendages. One is Haru, one is the ego, the real you. Okay? The other you, the lower you. So if you don't raise your consciousness, you're going to be just like, you're going to be the devil. Why? You're going to be in opposition to God. That's all the devil is. Yeah, the devil, now this, stop with that. Not is all mental. Excuse me, get back. Knowing when to shut the funk up. That's that lesson. But y'all have to understand that bad guy, he don't leave, he don't stop. He works 24/7. That's why if you got conscious, idle mind is the devil workshop for a reason. Why? Because if you ain't got your mind on God, if you ain't Christ conscious, if you ain't whatever it is you practicing, the devil gonna creep in with what? Temptation, all kind of stuff that you weak for. If you have an addiction for certain things, he knows that, and he gonna use that against you. So when you get better at controlling your thoughts, your desires, all this stuff, that's when you learn to shut the funk up, okay? And what's this? Shutting the funk up is when you learn to what? Master one's emotions, that ego. Because that ego is what's doing all the talk. He gonna bark. He gonna bark. He's gonna bark. You gotta literally shut his damn mouth. Why? Because he gonna spew something out his pie hole. Trust me, when you can master that, that's one of the main things you need to do for self-mastery. All right. So where we at? Oh, knowing when to shut the funk up can get you what? Knock the funk out. Back in my day, if I'm listening to you and you're saying things that is not being, I'm gonna punch you in your face. Simple as that. You be getting about the funky floor. Shut the funk up is the way to show respect to what? Real men? Women. Punks do a bunch of wolf tickets on it. Okay, but look, women, y'all got to realize that man that you love, he don't want to hear that. I sure don't. And because I don't give it to you, I expect you to give it to me. That's fair. So if you can't be fair dealing, we can't deal. Moving on. It's another. Real men ain't subject themselves to that. And what happened? We will give what? Give it back. Okay? If you give me respect, I'm going to give it back to you. But if I'm giving it to you, I ain't getting it from you, I'm going to stop giving it to you. Moving on. That's fair again. I give you what you give me. In the street, again, in the streets, that was the part of the game. We didn't have to worry about that now. Why? Everybody knew that part. Disrespecting wasn't part of the program. Why? Everybody knew. That's why. And if y'all didn't know, those are those who got found out real fast. They know now. You didn't know before you did it. You know after you did. Why? Because you paid the price. That's how. Simple. The best lessons learned in life is the ones you experience. Okay? And there's nothing like a good ass whooping to educate you about when to shut the funk up. Moving on. Where I come from, that's how we did it. All right. Sorry about that. You can't master shutting the funk up by what? What's that word there? Ooh. I can't be more right. To know when to save your own ass. Why? Because if you keep jibber jabbing, there's something come behind that. And if you ain't prepared, if you want to talk that smack, okay, but you got to back it up. So when I come from, those only ones who talked it, why? They can back it up. And those who didn't, they got funked up. That's why. And okay, I had a key. A key as a bundle of cocaine. Just see on TV back in the day, 40 years ago, that was a lot of cocaine. To me, it wasn't, still isn't, but yeah, I had a key, all right, of coke. Yeah, and they wanted me, when I got caught, okay, I got caught with, all right, first they wanted me to do what? Tell who I got it from. That was over 47 years ago. I shut the fuck up then. If it happened right now, I still shut the funk up. Get the concept? Moving on. I don't change. Let me wrap this up again. I appreciate you tuning in. This was supposed to be fun. I don't know how I got to this lesson now. I said, all right, let me get out of here. But when I came to shutting the funk up, is the norm. Where I come from, shutting the funk up with the norm. Okay? AKA, mind your damn business and shut your mouth. Okay? If I see you get your brains blown out right in front of me, and I did a few times, more than once. Yeah, that's where I come from. So, I ain't beating for that. But I ain't said a word. Man, I'm taking stuff I've seen, stuff I've been involved. I'm taking that to the grave. How about that? Why? I learned to shut the funk up. That's why, all right? If you're from my hood, projects, 18, Avon, you know the art of shutting the funk up. Why? We didn't do a whole bunch of that. That's why. And again, we learned early in life, okay? Shutting the funk up is what? Mastering these three things, okay? Understand it. See nothing, hear nothing, and definitely ain't saying nothing. That was the street rules. Everybody knew that. I didn't know that. You ain't from the street. Please understand that. I'm just letting you know. Moving on. Again, we had killers, murderers, robbers, walk the street. My man who killed my dude blew his brains out. Next day, he walked the street. The cops looking for him. His APB. He walked up and down the street like he went ours. Ain't nobody said a word. Okay? And my niece, God bless her, she said, I said, don't ever say that again. Okay? She witnessed a situation that kids should be witnessing. And that's the neighborhood. That's what the environment that we grew up. I'm here, they over there. Gunplay. Bah, 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 bah. Yeah, right in front of our face. Okay, stuff like that. That was life in my hood back in the day. So I understand what y'all doing now. I see on TV, they just shoot. Man, it's like the wild, wild. And I'm just saying, what they do? Ain't that the same stuff y'all did? Yeah. So it don't change. The streets gonna always be the streets. You had to leave the street. I told my son, nothing about the block. The block gonna be here. Go on, see the world come back. And guess what? The same nigga on the block that you left, they still be here. Why? Some ain't gonna leave the block. So leave the block. The block ain't going nowhere. I taught him that, and he done just that. Now we can go to the block and laugh and joke about it. Yeah. Still there. Moving on. So the people still there. All right. Again, I appreciate you tuning in. I'm having too much fun. I got to go to church. This is church day. Now, if you haven't, okay, wait a minute, no, excuse me. And like I said, we had all our people in our neighborhood. We knew who they were. The cops didn't. Again, the neighborhood was first in what? Shut the funk up. Wrapping it up. If you haven't mastered your own art, shutting the funk up, you're not a right thinker like us. Why? We know that. You still learning, you ain't one of us yet. Okay, that ain't not like us. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. I got to go. And in closing, right thinkers, me, y'all, let it be 100. Me 100 minus a day. So I never know that all my right thinkers who know how to shut the funk up have passed away. Funk always rolling.